Hello, yes, this is your girl, Queen of Commentary, and we are back with another video. Yes, we are going to talk about the Supremes. Yes, I love the Supremes. Yes, I did, and I know you guys did too. But you know what to do before we get into it. Thumbs up this video, subscribe if you have not already, leave a comment, cut your notifications on, alright guys? So we're going to have a little different situation going on here. I'm going to let my girl help me narrate, y'all. Guys, let me know how you guys like this video. If you want us to do other, great groups, please leave them down in the comments. I would love to have your input because this information and this channel is for the people. Alright guys? So before I talk anymore, I'm going to let my girl talk and tell you the story of the Supreme. Oh, one more thing guys. Thanks so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for getting us to over 20K. I have to say thank you for that. I appreciate everyone. All right. And yeah. All right. So we're about to get into the video.
Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel where I talk about music history and legends. Today, I want to tell you about one of the most iconic groups of all time, the Supremes. The Supremes were one of the most successful vocal groups in pop history, with 12 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. They were also the first all-female group to have a #1 album in the US. One of the founding members of the Supremes was Florence Ballard, who was born in 1943 in Detroit, Michigan. She had a powerful and soulful voice that impressed many listeners and critics. She sang lead vocals on some of the early songs of the group, such as Buttered Popcorn and Ain't That Good News? However, Ballard's role in the group diminished as Diana Ross became the main lead singer and the focus of Motown's promotion. Ballard felt frustrated and unhappy with the situation and started to have problems with alcohol, weight gain, and depression. She also clashed with Motown's founder Berry Gordy, who eventually fired her from the group in 1967. Ballard tried to pursue a solo career with ABC Records, but none of her singles or albums were successful. She also faced financial and legal difficulties and had to rely on welfare and public assistance to support herself and her 3 children. She passed away of a heart attack on 1976 at the age of 32. Ballard's tragic story has been the subject of several books, documentaries, and films, such as Dreamgirls, which was loosely based on the Supremes. She has been praised as a talented and influential singer, and has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Supremes in 1988. The Supremes were a Motown sensation in the 1960s, breaking records and barriers with their catchy songs and glamorous style. They were the first all-female group to have a #1 album in the US, and they had 12 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, more than any other female group in history. The Supremes started as a quartet called the Primettes, formed by 4 teenage girls from Detroit: Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson, Diana Ross, and Betty McGlown. Florence Ballard was the one who invited Mary and Diana to join the group, and she was also the one who had the strongest and most distinctive voice among them. She sang lead vocals on some of the early songs of the group, such as Buttered Popcorn and Ain't That Good News, but things changed when the group signed with Motown in 1961 and changed their name to the Supremes. Motown's founder Berry Gordy decided that Diana Ross should be the main lead singer and the star of the group, and he pushed Florence and Mary to the background. Let's talk about each member in detail. The Supremes had several lineup changes throughout their history, but the original members were Diana Ross, Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson, and Betty McGlown. They formed the group as the Primettes in Detroit, Michigan, in 1959. When they were teenagers living in the Brewster Douglas Public Housing Project, they were mentored and funded by Milton Jenkins, who was the manager of another singing group called the Primes. Here is some information about each of the original members of the Supremes. Diana Ross, born in 1944, was the lead singer and the star of the group. She had a distinctive and versatile voice that could sing different styles of music. She was also known for her glamorous and elegant image. She was the main focus of Motown's promotion and Berry Gordy's attention. She left the group in 1970 to pursue a solo career and became one of the most successful female artists of all time. She also ventured into acting, starring in films such as Lady Sings the Blues, Mahogany, and The Wiz. She has won many awards and honors, including a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, a Kennedy Center Honors, and a Presidential Medal of Freedom. Mary Wilson was the longest-serving and the most loyal member of the group. She was the only member who stayed with the group from its inception as the Primettes in 1959 until its dissolution as the Supremes in 1977. She had a smooth and sweet voice that blended well with the other singers. She sang backup vocals and occasionally lead vocals on some songs, such as Can't Take My Eyes Off You and Everything Is Good About You. She was also known for her graceful and sophisticated style. She was the unofficial spokesperson and the ambassador of the group, and she maintained good relationships with the other members and the Motown staff. After the group disbanded, she continued to perform as a solo artist and a motivational speaker. She also wrote 2 best-selling memoirs, Dream Girl, My Life as a Supreme and Supreme Faith, Someday We'll Be Together, which revealed the behind-the-scenes stories of the group and Motown. She was an advocate for artists' rights and the preservation of Motown's legacy. She passed away in 2021 at the age of 76. She has been honored as a legend and a trailblazer, and has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Supremes in 1988. Betty McGlone was the original 4th member of the group. She was the girlfriend of Paul Williams, who was a member of the Primes and the Temptations. She had a lovely and harmonious voice that complemented the other singers. She sang backup vocals and occasionally lead vocals on some songs, such as After All and Pretty Baby. She left the group in 1960, shortly after they signed with Motown, to get married and start a family. She was replaced by Barbara Martin, who also left the group in 1962, making the group a trio. She remained friends with the other members and supported their careers. She passed away in 2008, at the age of 66. She has been acknowledged as a founding member and a pioneer, and has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Supremes in 1988. The Supremes' legacy can be seen in many girl groups that emerged in the 90s, especially in the genres of R&B, soul, and hip-hop. Some of the groups that were inspired by the Supremes include the best-selling American girl group of all time, TLC blended R&B, hip-hop, and pop with their catchy songs, edgy style, and social messages. They were influenced by the Supremes' vocal harmonies, glamorous image, and female empowerment. Sisters with Voices, or SWV, were one of the most successful R&B groups of the 90s, with hits like Weak, Right Here, and You're the One. They were influenced by the Supremes' vocal prowess, stage presence, and crossover appeal. In Vogue were one of the first girl groups to incorporate elements of funk, soul, and rock into their R&B sound. They were influenced by the Supremes' vocal arrangements, fashion sense, and progressive themes. Destiny's Child were one of the most popular and influential girl groups of the late 90s and early 2000s, with hits like Say My Name, Survivor, and Independent Women. They were influenced by the Supremes' vocal dynamics, group chemistry, and star power. These are just some of the examples of how the Supremes influenced girl groups in the 90s. The Supremes were a remarkable group that made history and music, and their influence can still be felt today. Thank you for watching this video about the Supremes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos.